Well, hello, everyone. What a great group of companies. Congratulations to all of you, and congratulations to UpTech. Let's give them all a round of applause. So I'm Don Wright, and we're last, and so they told me I could talk all night if I wanted to, which was a huge mistake because that's probably going to happen. No. So I'm the founder of AssureX Health. If you don't know who AssureX Health is, then seriously, where have you been for the last 10 years? No, I'm kind of kidding. You were probably building a business and not paying attention to what was going on in Mason, Ohio. So AssureX Health, Mason, Ohio, we started, I was just thinking about this, almost to the day exactly 10 years ago in a garage, actually in a loading dock in a strip mall in Mason, Ohio, 3 people. And 2 years ago, we were at 100 million in revenue and 500 employees. Most importantly, it helped 800,000 people and sold the company for $400 million. Yeah. So I say that only to brag. No, not to brag, but to tell all of these other companies that 10 years ago I was one of 3 people in a garage, literally freezing my ass off. Because there was no weather stripping in the garage, and because our space heaters didn't work. And 8 years later, we sold our company for $400 million after helping a lot of people. So you can do that too. You can do that by having a great idea. You can do that by listening to your mentors. Mostly you can do that by being super passionate about what you're doing and never stopping what you're doing. People used to ask me all the time, how many times did you think about giving up? And it's irrational, but never. Not with the third mortgage, not with the divorce and everything else that happened along the way. It seems irrational, but every day you just show up and you keep going. So I have built software companies for 30 years, multi-billion-dollar companies and 3-person startups. Besides that making me old, what that does is tell me that there are many ways to fail. The easiest one is to not have the right requirements and not know what you are needing to build. Building the wrong thing very well or very fast or with great quality is not very helpful. And it's also very expensive. The other thing now that I'm an investor that I know is that you invest in good ideas and you invest in good fundamentals in companies, but in reality, you always invest in good people. You invest in smart people, but most importantly, you invest in very passionate people about what they're doing. I met David and Josh. They sat through one of my presentations, and David came up to me and told me what he was doing. And I liked the idea. The idea resonated with me as somebody who had built products for a long time. I've spent 1.5 years with them, and I can tell you that they are the perfect people to build this product. They are domain experts, for sure. They are smart. They are hardworking, but most importantly, they are unbelievably passionate about what they want to do. And I've spoken enough, so I'm going to ask David to come out and tell you about his company now.
Well, we've heard a lot of innovation today, a lot of really interesting, unique products, and at the precipice of this innovation, I'm going to talk about something that might be a little boring. I'm going to talk about a problem that's really important to us, and I'm going to do it after we solve this second problem that we have.
Not again. Josh, you got this one?
One second. Mark, I know how you feel. Actually, has anyone out there ever had technology fail them at the worst possible time? Yeah, I mean, you could probably tell from JB's overreacting that this isn't really a failure. I appreciate it though, JB. But don't lose that empathy. Don't lose what it feels like to have failure happen to you. We've all felt it, the worst possible time. And when it does, most of us, probably all of us in this room, think about this person. Yeah, this is what Josh looks like up there, in case you're wondering, by the way. It's somebody that's very heads down, coding, probably has a hoodie on, drinking Red Bull late at night, right? This person is one that was coding away and just messed up. My phone failed me because of this person. My technology failed me because of this person. We all do it. Well, I'm here to tell you the secret in software development, the secret that most of us know, Jeff, most of us know, we don't like to talk about. There's a lot of us here that understand it, we just don't talk about it. It's that failure was not this person. It was one of these people. And I know this, because for the past 10 years, I was there, right? I was in this world of planning. It's what we call software planning. It's not AR. It's not that exciting, but it needs help. This is the world that maybe not everyone here has experienced, but they understand what it feels like. Because what it really looks like is this. Meetings, after meetings, after meetings. But then guess what? There's one more meeting to talk about the exact same thing you talked about in the first meeting. It's not great, but it's getting better. That's what we're trying to do with Picnic Insights. We want to bring light and clarity to this world of software planning to help avoid those mistakes, to help avoid those software failures, those technology failures that we've all felt. With Picnic, all we do is we analyze all the communication and documentation in these meetings. We find keywords, and we suggest fixes. I made it pretty simple there. It's a lot more complicated. But first, before we go down that path, I'm already seeing some people in the audience go, yeah, technology has failed me, but David, we have the greatest age of technology ever. We have smartphones that can do anything. Did you see Glimmer? Right? AR on anywhere? Not only that, but SpaceX, we have rockets that can land themselves. Come on, we don't have a problem. Well, don't forget, we also have smartphones that catch on fire in people's hands. And we have rockets in the air in Hawaii, right? Scaring millions of people for their lives, all because of software failures. In this greatest age of technology and innovation ever, we almost didn't get here. This century, we almost didn't get here. That last example, it's Y2K. Some of the people in this room probably made a lot of money off of Y2K, right? Fixing those software failures. And all it was a failure in software planning. We planned for 2 digits in the year 1999 instead of 4. That cost us $300 million to fix. Well, for all of last year, I've been preaching to people, if somebody lets me stand on a soapbox, and saying that in 2016, it was the worst year ever. Over $1.1 trillion in losses because of software failures. Well, I love math and I love surveys because just last week, I was proven wrong, but not in a good way. It was over $1.7 trillion in losses in 2017 alone because of software failures. This isn't bleeding edge technology. This is a real problem that we need to address. That's what we're going to do with Picnic Insights. We're actually going to leverage this great technology and stand on the shoulder of giants in terms of our machine learning algorithm. What we are going to do at Picnic Insights is really help Rebecca. Rebecca's just like me. She has been in software planning her entire life. She goes in these meetings after meetings after meetings. But she comes well equipped with Picnic. What Picnic does, it takes all that documentation, all that conversation happening in this upfront planning, and feeds it through our machine learning algorithm. And what we do is we help find those key words that can solve her problems. She took statements of work, project charters, even some scribble that she had written down, fed it through, and found out this project she's been working on for the past couple months, they always talked about it needing to load in real time, but they never defined what that is. What Picnic Insights said is, this is a common place where you're going to fail. Real time is massively expensive. It can cost tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars if you don't get it right. So we recommended her 2 seconds of loading time for the context of her problem. She talked about their teams and her stakeholders, and she saved over $50,000 understanding what her problem needed to be solved for real time, instead of solving it for 5 seconds of load time that would have cost her that much money. This is a real-life example, and we're doing it throughout the greater Cincinnati region and beyond. We're working with some great partners so far in the past couple months since we've launched. One of them is a growing local startup here in town called Everything But the House. This is Alex Bowman. He's a product manager there. He's just like Rebecca, except he is moving at a fast-growing startup where time to market is critical. So he needs these quality checks in place so they can still move fast, but grow at the pace that they need to. But he's not alone. We've been working with some great software development companies, as well as prestigious university. We're not going to stop there. We're going to try and tackle the over $27 billion spent each year in enterprise collaboration. We're starting with a focus on the $1.3 billion spent on software playing today, but our go-to-market strategy is going to be able to leverage the Rebeccas and the Alexes of the world. We're going to help them with their problems that they feel. I felt it. It's a problem. And we're going to help them when they move in this agile, fast-paced world by enabling them with Picnic so they can move that speed and still maintain that quality. How we're going to do this is we're going to leverage our over 25 years combined software development experience at Fortune 500 companies, as well as fast-growing startups. And we have a great group of advisors, Don, who you just met. We have Gary Darn as well. We have great entrepreneurial spirit on our team, as well as recently we just add Coop Coopersmith. He's the individual who wrote Business Analysis for Dummies. Kid you not. He is a plethora of data and a plethora of expertise for this kind of boring, mundane world of business analysis and product management. He knows how to solve it, and together we're going to bring light and clarity to this problem. But everyone that's in here, when you work on a technology project or a software development project, a lot of people interact with technology. Someone's probably going to come up to you and say, all right, we need to solve a problem. Let's sit down. Let's have a meeting, right? I plead you, just ask them. How about instead of a meeting, we have a picnic? Right? I'm David Hollabaugh, the co-founder and CEO of Picnic Insights, and I asked to talk to you later about some really exciting advancements that we're doing with machine learning for a very boring but necessary problem. Thank you.